DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Kyle Whittingham was on with Dave Portnoy on Barstool Sports this morning and says, I think Bryce is in a really good place right now, and I think he might be getting an announcement pretty soon. Sounds like Kyle's expecting him to stay. Of course, I think with every decision in Michigan now, we think, well, how will that impact a roster here? So Michigan's not in the quarterback market. Freshman quarterback should be a little less excited about people coming off their freshman year, should be a little less excited about transferring to Michigan, or you think that's overly optimistic? For people who are worried about Bert Fickling going with Kyle, or that Jay Hill would go back to BYU and try to get Bear Bachmeier. If Bryce is staying, to me, those things are things you should worry a lot less about. Most quarterbacks don't want to go somewhere where there's an established starter in the same class as them.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I'd be
more worried about Dampier and Arizona State, since now we have the news this morning that Leavitt, Kentucky, or LSU.
But they've already got a commitment from the Kentucky quarterback.
Cutter Boley.
Cutter Boley? I'm all in. I didn't know about the kid until last week.
All SEC freshman.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, and I don't understand it how Dillingham does it as a quarterback dude, but he's really good with quarterbacks. And he recruited this kid when Dillingham was at Oregon. He recruited him. So and Kalani's talked about this, how the relationships, don't ever burn a relationship because you never know. And,
especially now.
Yeah,
right.
And he's speaking in the modern era in which we live in, and so there was a relationship there. So away he goes, and so they've got that. They've got their guy, and they've got. I don't think Arizona State is an option. Dampier's high school coach is on the staff. Mm-hmm. He's a tight ends coach. And then they sign a top 10 kid out of El Paso that they're excited about, and they got the New Mexico State Player of the Year.
So this is one less thing for you fans to worry about.
My guess at this point is that both these kids stay, but I don't know that. He's got to meet. Dampier's got to meet with the McGibbon, the Utah State guy who's coming down.
Yep,
and everything.
The new OC.
Yeah. So. It's a 2-week period on the transfer portal, right? So we're not even a week into it. Things can change. I think it's important for Whittingham to get hold of Underwood and keep him, because that is, besides the kid's talent, I think it's extremely important in terms of the momentum of the program. It sends a far greater message right now, because you can't play any games now, and that everybody's comfortable, or he's comfortable with us and Jason Beck, and so we're going to hit the ground running in momentum and all that stuff. If he leaves, then I think that sends a negative message for the new coaching staff. And I assume whatever's going to be paid out there, that Michigan will pay it.
That can't be the issue.
Right.
That can't be the issue. It's more confidence. And does Underwood have confidence in Kyle? He stays, okay, and everything settles down and away they go.
Literally and symbolically.
Yeah.
That's a powerful message that, okay, the people who I committed to come to, they're all gone. Yeah. But I've already met with Jason. I've met with Kyle. And Ty Detmer's nephew, Coy, he's going to be the quarterback coach, right? And so I've met with him, and I'm cool. This is where I want to be, blah, blah, blah. And the reality is Michigan is a great place to be.
Michigan's a great place to be, and the offensive staff coming in just put together 41 points a game. Like, Michigan's going to pay you. What's the downside?
Right.
Which is why it sounds like close to an announcement.
And Portnoy's a Michigan guy. So.
Oh, he's wearing Michigan gear in the interview. He makes it very clear.
So am I.
I know you are.
I got him. See this out there?
Yeah, you got the Dave Portnoy outfit on right now.
I've had that loose connection to Michigan State because of my wife's family. I will be attending a wedding here in the spring of a nephew who graduated from Michigan State. I've got another nephew through my wife's side who played college ball in Michigan. So it's not. I'm not like a hardcore. I'm not going to pretend that. But
No, but when you
I've been back
you
there.
see family, you inevitably are going to talk sports with them, and
That's what
they're going to
about.
talk about Michigan or Michigan State based on which.
Yeah.
And they're split.
They are.
So you've got
Yeah.
people you're going to talk Michigan with, people you're going to talk Michigan State with.
Right. Because the two things that I talk to them about is Michigan and their right-wing politics that I hate.
You just throw that out there.
I throw that out there.
This is why people think you're such a narcissist.
An absolute narcissistic dope.
I stand corrected.
A-N-D.
Absolute
And.
narcissist.
That's it. That's it.
And another thing.
When you say
absolute
DJ
narcissistic
and
dope.
PK, it now turns on new meaning.
DJ PK. DJ and PK. DJ
And
an absolute narcissistic dope
PK.
That doesn't flow off the tongue as well.
We didn't know all these years that's what it meant.
Well, thank goodness they were here to notify us.
So I think that's important. And I think it's important for Utah to keep Dampier and Bird. Dampier had his finest moment in the Vegas Bowl. He was sensational. I mean, he was way fun to watch.
It was awesome,
Yeah.
but he was also on fire against Kansas State. I wonder how much of this offense, how many of the things they keep in this offense, but given
Well, you
obviously
keep
has his own
everything.
history.
The idea of a coach, in my mind, is you utilize the talent you have available to the best of its ability.
So do you think today people believe more what I was saying last week?
What?
That there's no reason for the massive gloom and doom. Both these teams are still in a good place, and good things can happen. It's going to look a little different. There's going to be some new names, but that doesn't mean it's going to have to be a bad year.
Does not have to mean it's going to be a bad year. No, not at all. Because start with BYU, they're not losing a lot. Has anybody, Yak, that I've missed, has anybody gone into the portal that we didn't anticipate?
From BYU?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
They're all third string or
It's
lower.
like you can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Well, the portal's got a bunch of names in it, and for all the people who say some of these kids will never play football again, well, some of the kids were pushed into the portal.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely, yeah.
Everybody.
And they weren't
They're
playing as it was.
They're encouraged
Yes.
to look at their options.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
it was the Majerus thing. You know, they used to talk about senior day, and then we'd have, they should also have the guys who are going to get kicked off day because they ain't going to be back. And we all knew who they were
Right.
by the time we got to the first week of March. So with that in mind, I think BYU's in a better spot. And that's not discounting Jay Hill, but Jay Hill has been around these guys. They should be able to keep it going. It's not like Jay Hill was the only guy who can do what they did. Now, granted, he did great, phenomenal work, and Guilford did great, phenomenal work. And talking about Warren, the possibility of the replacement there, and that you're bringing the good thing with BYU is they're bringing in seasoned dudes now, and they're paying. They paid more to keep A-Rod, right? Because he has some options. They are willing to be competitive. I can't show you the communication I got, but I've been getting it consistently now for the last couple of weeks that they are in the game and think what you want. I don't care what you think about, it's unbecoming or whatever.
You know,
I'm not into that at all. I don't care about that. They're paying to get the talent that they need.
And that is complete. You do not have to have any sources. Any fan can figure this out for themselves driving up and down the freeway. You look at the price tags we're seeing some of these players. Quarterback's now $5 million. BYU's in the Big 12. They're having a really good year. We're seeing teams in every league get rated. If your team isn't getting rated, your guys have been compensated. Because there's certainly somebody else in the country who would pay your guys. They must be paying to retain people. And the people could mean coaches, it could mean coordinators, position coaches, staff, whatever.
Yeah.
Your general manager, like all these things are important now. Even if they're brand new, they're suddenly really important. And if you're keeping your people and you're winning double-digit games multiple years in a row in a Big 12, you're paying to keep them because someone else would pay to take them.
I think that they view Bear as their baby. And I think what the administration has said collectively, we've made up our mind.
Okay, thank you,
We're
Madonna. Thank you,
keeping
our baby.
We're going to keep our baby.
So BYU is now Madonna.
on. And Utah, I'm a little more nervous because there's more change. I think it's natural. And the fan base, and we're speaking generally here, has a level of betrayal right now. But the Whittingham family has a level of betrayal right now.
It goes back to Steve Cleveland laid it out so quickly. It's business. Yeah. People at U didn't want Kyle to coach. He still wanted to coach, even though he's been saying for 6 or 7 years that he was getting close to retirement. Well, he ain't there yet. So he's going to do his thing in Michigan. But the thing is, even though they're losing a lot of coaches, and Harding's the one who's been there. Well, I guess Freddie's been there a long time too. Are they going to lose a lot of players? Because it looks like, because they kept Atuaya, I think they're going to keep their star running back. I think Parker will stay. He did an interview at the start of the year, and he just seemed joined at the hip with Atuaya. Basically, he goes over to his house and hangs out. When you decided to come here, well, I was waiting to see what coach would do. Now, over a year, things can change, and if someone calls with a big enough check, things can change.
I don't know that I'd call him the star running back, though. He's good. But
he was their best running back,
right?
And they should have used him more, but they didn't. And I don't know that he could have changed.
They won 11 games.
And I don't know that he couldn't have changed the Texas Tech game. But nonetheless, the way he was producing, and in some games he got less than 10 carries, he'd get used enough.
But I don't know that it would.
I know.
They averaged 40 points a game, and he won 11 games.
If he gets more carries, could have changed the BYU game. Would he have worn him down and made a big play?
So they would have been 12-1 instead of 11-2. Oh my gosh!
When you only lost 2, there's only one he can fix, right? Because he couldn't fix the Texas Tech
game. But he's
game.
very good. He's good.
He's really good, and I think he'll be back
at this point too. But they're Tail Johnson and Smith Soden put their names in.
Yep.
We'll see what happens there. More importantly, 5 offensive linemen.
Don't we assume they're gone?
I don't know.
Okay, but the old linemen were already gone and had to be rebuilt.
Right, but that's what I'm talking about.
That was always going to be a question mark.
That's transfer stuff. This is guys leaving. You lost 5 guys. Your 5 starters who started virtually the whole time.
Yes.
And they were really, really good. That is my number one concern of on-the-field product.
Totally
Taking
agree.
nothing away from the DBs that are in the portal.
Totally agree. It was going to be a huge question.
Yeah.
It is a huge question. It was a massive part of their succce this year, those 5 guys.
Now, they did have – I actually spoke to Mark Harlan before the game, and he was – to me, I have no stake in it, so I don't have any emotion who wins or loses. I always thought the Utes would win. He had a little concern, man, those two first-round draft choices aren't going to be here today. But I get it. You have more invested in the team winning, so you're going to be a little more nervous about it. But obviously against Nebraska, they aced that test.
The offense got rolling. It looked pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, Dampier was his finest. If I'm the new offensive coaches and Dampier chooses to come back and I've got Bird doing what he's doing that, and away you go. So that as long as that happens – then I should feel not quite as nervous. But, it's a rookie head coach who's going to need time to develop, right? It doesn't matter who it is, your first time. For a first-time head coach, Morgan is about as prepared as you could possibly be.
But he's still a first-time head coach.
But I just think of that Majerus line. The biggest step you'll ever take is 1 foot to your left. Speaking of a basketball, when you're sitting on the bench and the coach is to your left.
Well, the other thing that's a problem that has always been looming out there, and it doesn't have anything to do with all the coaching drama that just went down, is do they have the money to get the guys they need and to keep the guys they want?
Yeah.
That's
right.
But that question's been out there for Utah for a while now, and will probably be out there. They got this private equity deal. How quickly does that money come in? How do they get to spend it? There's a bunch of details about that we don't know. We all think that's going to help solve the problem.
But Kyle established a standard that when I was speaking to several Ute fans, the idea of, what was it, October when did they play? October 18th against BYU. They felt that the season was over. And I'm saying, the season's over? Because you lost 2 conference games? You had a chance to win out, which is what they did. And they were freaking 11-2. You telling me that when you got that second loss in conference, the season was over? But that's the standard that he's established. And Morgan he not only has to compete against BYU, against Kyle at Utah, but against Michigan now. The job under the circumstances has become, in 2 weeks' time, imminently tougher from when he took it. The day Kyle announced he was leaving, which I believe was December 12th.
I think so.
The job is tougher today than it was then.
Yeah. Because you know you're going to lose the whole offensive staff. I mean, you would have had to keep them. There was always going to be a coaching carousel and 41 points a game. The whole country noticed.
Somebody would be interested in Beck.
The whole country noticed. And
because Beck plays the part well.
Right.
He's tall, he's blonde,
and Morgan,
he's got a nice family, he's well-spoken.
And he scores 41 points a game.
Yeah.
And before that, look what he did at New Mexico. Oh, my gosh.
Right.
Yeah. So he was going to be hot.
And he's willing to move. And he's moved 3 years now in a row.
And I think the expectation was Harding wasn't going to be back. Now, you didn't know he'd go with Kyle to Michigan. You know that was out there. But the assumption was that Harding wasn't staying. At least my assumption from what I'd heard was that he wasn't staying. But you never keep the whole staff together.
I know, usually not. But it's just that if we're looking at the Utes 9-3, is that a disappointment?
I suppose it depends on what the 3 looks like. You know, I've got to play your role.
One of them is going to be to BYU, maybe.
Yeah, well, they've lost 3 in a row.
Right now, you're 4, and Bear, A-Rod against Tech with the running back situation, knew he had to do more in the throw game, as the dearly departed would say.
The dearly departed? Is that what, we're not going to call Kyle anymore? He's now the dearly departed?
Right.
You're and he's DD. We're going to have a whole code. You're going to have a lingo. You're going to have a little glossary to follow, a dictionary to follow the show.
Phil Steele, his conference, his college football preview.
No, I mean,
he literally has a thing in the start of his magazine that has about a gazillion.
Yeah, that's it.
This is
but
one of
that's
his guys.
reading like radio. It's harder.
But
You got to keep
have the same thing.
With me every day, and knowing me and how great I am, I know you're with me every
We're going to have
day.
to put a disclaimer up like on the YouTube
narcissistic
feed.
dope.
There's like something that flashes across the screen on the YouTube feed that says, hey, here,
Yes,
AMD
excellent.
stands for this. and
His role model, Romy, that's what he did. I only got it from Romy.
That was brilliant, Yak, right there. Put it on that YouTube feed.
You have to flash like every 5 minutes, though. Probably.
Exactly. Well, you're the one who's going to have to do it. You're going to have to update the code and hit the buttons.
I'm going to have to talk to somebody
The
downstairs.
standard is so freaking high at Utah. In a sense, I believe it's going to be difficult right off the bat to live up to it. And people are going to come down on Morgan, which is just going to drive me nuts.
But you know the old cliche, don't follow the man. Follow the man who follows the man.
So what is he going to do, say no?
I know Kyle followed Urban, though, so you can follow the man. I mean, Urban went 22-2, and Kyle's like, let's go.
Right.
But to your point,
it
he did 100%. 16-13 in the first 29 games.
I was panicked.
I remember the conversation.
Yeah.
I thought, is Kyle in trouble? Because Kyle then is where Jay Hill and Morgan are now. Like, we followed them forever. We think they're going to be successful, but they haven't had their chance.
Right.
But when we get it, we think it's going to work. And then Kyle was sitting there 16-13. You're like, is it really going to work?
And throw out the last year and even maybe the year before. But other than that, man, they made it look so easy. It's like it became their birthright to win 9-10 games. Yeah. It ain't that easy.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You've been listening to The Zone for decades. Yes! But now you can watch the guys break down your favorite teams.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Catch the video stream of DJ and PK, Jake and Ben, Hanson Scotty, and JJ and Alex right now at KSLSports.com or by searching KSL Sports on YouTube. Utah's best sports radio is on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Slacker Radio headlines brought to you by Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan Wealth today, your local trusted financial fiduciary. Call them at 801-210-6800 or visit the website at TrajanWealth.com. PK, more coaching news you were going through there. Weber State, you're keeping your eye. You got to wear Weber State gear tomorrow. Got all your teams, all your coaches.
Weber State gear. I don't have any.
Well, you know someone who can.
I think you have the hookup now.
You got the hookup. You could get us all Wildcat gear if you wanted. You're powerful. You got a 20-year history with the coach.
Yeah, but that's only after he won.
Yeah, you're an absolute narcissistic dope. I mean, yeah, you're not hanging out with losers.
Right, so he better win first.
Well, I think you can give him a little grace until he plays a game. He can't win a game.
Sure,
but if he's 0-1, so help you.
September 15th, though.
To drop
if you don't look dominant by then,
Nice.
I'm going to be calling him up. Skylar Ridley, who was going to be on the staff at Weber, is going to be the receivers coach at Utah State. So you take my guy, I'll take your guy, you take your, and it's just like on and on.
Robert and I tabbing one of his former guys.
Robert and I, obviously that was news.
Replacing McGibbon at Utah State as the OC.
Yeah, he wasn't coaching last year, but Robert and I and Bronco are tied at the hip, and so there's a lot of trust there. And Bronco, if you're going to define one word in his coaching philosophy, trust is just as good as any word out there. He uses that word a lot. And Anai's an odd duck. I
know, but I want to go see him. I want to go up to spring practice and talk to him and see if he'll say something odd or awkward. I thought he was a great interview. And I know it got goofy at times, but he also said stuff.
Oh, yeah, he would tell me stuff. For some reason, he liked me.
Yeah.
I'd see him in hotel lobbies, and he'd call me over. One time he was sitting in the football complex, and we used to go down on the field and interview, and then I'm walking through, and he was just sitting there, and I'm going, Kinahan!
Love that.
He called me over. He wanted to talk.
Have you seen the refrigerator magnet that says the only normal people are the ones you don't know very well? There's a lot of truth on that refrigerator magnet. So yeah, he would say, magic happens.
He's another one.
You got that drop?
He didn't like dumb questions.
No, but if you ask him a good
Magic
question,
happens.
Thank you. If you ask him a good question, you got a good answer. And I'd love to go up there and talk to him in spring football.
Is
Except,
there anything else I can overly generalize for you?
good one, nice, Yak. Well done.
It's my favorite one of all of them out there.
Yeah,
but Bronco closed spring practice. He wouldn't even let Scotty in. He doesn't want anything out.
Well,
now
that was last year.
It was last year, and they had the second portal. And now
Correct.
they don't. Maybe
I think
Bronco
it may
opens
be
it up,
a little more loose, yeah.
or
he keeps it shut, yeah.
You know what? It was kind of fun not having the media around. Never mind.
Correct.
and on that talking point, I've talked with people at Utah, and I think there might be.
I've heard that. I've been specifically told that.
Yeah.
Possibly due to my complaining and or whining.
You've been leading the charge.
What are you doing? It didn't make any sense to me. I just saw like
I
Tanner
understand,
Wall
I
right there.
understand.
Tanner Wall, BYU. The way he carried himself, the answers he gave us when he was on this morning. If you didn't see it, go wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, KSLSports.com, wherever, it's everywhere. There are just so many players like him. They represent himself so well. He gives super thoughtful, interesting answers, deeper dive, not the overgeneralization Yak was just talking about.
What's the purpose of your question?
and they represent the school so well. Whatever those athletes are at every school, turn them loose. That's going to help you raise money.
Why
do you
don't
want to know?
turn them loose? Turn them loose. Yeah, Tanner Wall's a model in that way. He represents whatever he's representing about as well as could be. And I like the fact that he's been rubbing shoulders with entrepreneurs.
Oh, yeah.
Set yourself up.
I mean, I don't want to put him on the spot, but Steve Young, front and center.
Whomever.
And he's not the only one. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you have, don't let it use you. You use it to your advantage. And it looks like Tanner Wall is going to do that. And that's great. And I hope he plays in the NFL for many, many years. But still, I mean, you speak of Steve Young, he went and got a law degree while he was playing football. He used the system. The system never used him. And away you go.
Yep.
So with that being said, yeah, I agree with you. And get guys out there. We'll see. And then also, too, the thought of Fowler going back to be safeties coach, and you're going to have to pivot. It's funny, Kyle's retirement, non-retirement, or at least stepping down,
is making a lot of people a lot of money and getting a lot of people jobs.
20 different domino effects.
Yeah. It's making a lot of people a lot of money, and it's getting a lot of people jobs.
Mm-hmm. I've been in it.
And I get the angst about Morgan. However, if you succeed, and there will be a lot of pressure and blah, 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 but if you succeed, it's you. Like, this is a lot of turmoil. And if you navigate this And you get your new OC, and which he has now, and then you hire the new O-line coach, which he has. And if he hits on these and they win, it's not Kyle just handing over ready-made.
I understand that, but the world is so much different now.
Yeah,
your Deshaun Foster got a season in 3 games.
Okay, so 2 different things. Yes, I get that point, and
he's
you're right about the facts.
He's a Bruin.
Right, he's also never been a coordinator. Whereas Morgan is much more experienced.
Okay, which means then the expectations are even higher, not lower.
Well, I agree with you. The expectations are high. And the expectations are high for Morgan.
So the pressure's even higher because you've done all this stuff.
Nobody's signing up for 7-5, and people are writing a lot of money, and nobody wants to see 7-5. And yet, Kyle, that's exactly what he did on his way to being Kyle Whittingham. I mean, he had to go through a 7-5, and then an 8-5 after that. And nobody wants to watch them lose 10 games the next 2 years. I get that.
Dearly departed had it going on.
DD.
He did.
That's awesome.
And newly arrived will get it going in Ann Arbor.
How long will it take us to get him back on the air? DD. So that we can introduce DD joining DJ and PK, and then he'll wonder what the heck we're talking about.
Well, Yak put in a request to the Michigan people for the besties get him. Here, I'll ask right now.
I already have asked, and I got back a ha-ha. That was before he took the job.
What?
I told him, whatever you do, you're always welcome on DJ and PK, and I got a ha-ha back.
Oh yeah.
And then I sent him a follow-up. We did a poll question about what he should do in retirement. I said I polled several thousand strangers or several hundred strangers on social media just to get you some retirement advice here. What could possibly go wrong? And I screenshotted the poll with like 500 votes, and I got back a ha-ha because the 4th one was be a Michigan man. Well, not everybody's on radar, but it was on some people's radar.
Oh, I think that it was immediately on the radar.
Yeah, it was on his radar for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a...
And I knew he couldn't comment on it, but that's why I sent him the poll question. We're watching.
Once they expressed interest, it was on.
Yeah.
They had to express interest, and they did, and obviously it was on. Yep. And as his agent told me, it came together quickly. It was a crazy 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And away you go.
Anything else we've talked about in the show you want to tell the people? I know the coach got fired in the NFL.
He talked about the NFL firings. Pete Carroll has been announced.
Pete Carroll's out with the Raiders.
What a disaster, his first only season.
Only season. The Giants are open. Cleveland is open. Atlanta is open. So we're at 4. But I think everyone's expecting there's more.
Yeah, the Atlanta one didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me.
Close, quarterback injuries. What are you doing?
Right.
Give it one more year and see. Well, does the Cleveland one make sense to you? I mean, there's already widespread speculation that Stefanski's going to get one of these open jobs. He was there 6 years. They got to the postseason, was it 3 years ago? And they're running him. It's like, look at what you did to the guy. You gave him 4 quarterbacks this year. So he puts the best ones out there, but then you trade them. So in the middle of the year, he's starting a guy who he didn't even have practicing.
2 rookies.
Yeah, and he gave him 2 rookies. And like, what did you think he was going to make out of that? How good were they supposed to be? He had to shoulder the Watson disaster. Now, I guess if he was in the meeting going, yes, 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 okay, then he can be held accountable for that. I thought you said
he had to massage the Watson deal.
Ooh, I should have. I didn't. My bad.
Because that has been a disaster. I don't know what it is. Is he going to come back? He was a good player.
He was a good player a long time ago, but now it feels like it's all.
I don't know. Is he coming back? Is he gonna
new coach and see what they do? I think they were going to tell. I read NFL reporters reporting that they would tell him, just go away. We'll send you your check. A negative influence. Don't want you in the building. It's just a whole bunch of we don't need it. Don't need it.
Oh, like what they tried to do to me my first radio ownership.
Not exactly, but I see why you said that.
They tried to send me away.
They did. And you got away by going away. And I'll be sent away even faster, and then you won't.
I've been fired from more jobs.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Gigs, not jobs.
Money's money.
Nice. We're waiting to see if any other jobs open up. Will Baltimore or Pittsburgh part ways with their longtime coaches? Would Green Bay make a change if they check out in the postseason immediately here? Or does he have to win a playoff game to keep his job? LaFleur.
Who do they play?
Chicago. Got the division game meeting for the third time.
I would think Green Bay wins that.
Green Bay's lost 4 in a row going into this.
I know.
And Chicago's lost 3 out of 5. Neither team exactly on fire.
2 in a row, right?
2 in a row, 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Not really covering themselves in glory down the stretch. But that's kind of the story in the NFC right now. The Rams looked great, and now they look terrible.
Terrible?
They were 9-2, and they were flying. Now I got to make sure they were 9-2, not 8-2. But yeah, I think they're 9-2.
They look terrible. You don't necessarily have to look terrible.
9-2. They've gone 3-3.
I understand that.
They lost to Carolina.
They look terrible.
Yes, they lost to Atlanta. I thought they looked terrible. I thought they looked terrible against Arizona. They were trailing in that game in the second half. What are you doing? What are you messing around with Arizona?
They won by double digits.
They did. They scored 20 straight points at the end of the game, and they ended up winning 37-20. But nonetheless, it was 2017 in the middle of the third quarter.
Well, the other guys got NFL guys, too.
What are you doing?
They won by, 14?
The Seattle loss I get. And maybe after they didn't get the 1 seed, they're like, okay, whatever. We'll just have to do it in the We'll have to do it in the playoffs.
That's why the only game that really tickled my fancy was the Sunday night game. Denver and San Diego, no.
No. Oh,
Even
no, the
Bears
AFC
and
West.
Minnesota.
The AFC West was an argument for what do we need an 18th game for?
Well,
you get to a point where it's over.
That's irrelevant. If you
just,
have 10 games, the 10th game would be the 18th game.
Well, it's harder to get the separation in fewer games, but I get your point.
But
the last game, it can still be
16
determined.
to 17.
I think you'll get more separation. I think it's obvious as you get deeper into it. You're more likely to have separation, and it's more likely to be over, and there's nothing to play for.
Okay, but then you're also more likely to have what we had Sunday night, which was one of the better, if not the best game in the entire season.
They had 2 games in the AFC West, 4 teams, and they combined for 0 offensive touchdowns and 1 defensive score.
Several years ago,
Snooze
I
fest.
paid big money to go see the Cardinals and Cowboys.
I remember, yeah.
And they both had 13 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It was the last game of the season.
The Raiders-Chiefs went 14-12, and I think that scenario, again, deep down the quarterback chart. And the safety decides the game, and the kick 8 field goals. I thought about your proposed field goal rule that will never happen. I'm like, yeah, they're way past PK's rule.
I think they might, because I've been seeing it complaining today. You get the ball, if a kick goes out of bounds or you return the kick to the 35-yard line, you got to go like maybe 20 yards, and you're in scoring.
We got people kicking 60, 67-yard field goals yesterday. So the other thing is,
and the NFL has been great about changing to meet the standards of entertainment.
Raise the crossbar or narrow the goalpost or both.
No, they'll just. You're dealing with human beings.
They already moved them to the back of the end zone.
rules.
Yeah, they have. They moved the goalposts.
Right, but that was
Literally.
decades ago.
It was.
And that was
And I do think they narrowed them at one point also.
No, you do strategy. And also, too, if you don't use all 3 timeouts in the first half, you get to keep 1. It's an entertainment product.
Carry over timeouts from
Just
the first
one.
half.
Just
Only
one.
one.
Just one.
So you can have 4. That was entertaining when Pittsburgh blew there, too. I loved what Collinsworth said. It's like, wait, I thought Aaron Rodgers was calling the game at line of scrimmage. If the headset doesn't work, call whatever play you like. Let's go.
But I don't know that he was getting in a play to call.
Well, that's the thing. Allegedly, he was coming up with it. He was seeing the defense, and it was
Right,
old
but I don't
school.
know. He's checking out, but you can't check out of something if you have nothing to check out of.
But call the play originally.
Yeah, but nobody does that.
No. Apparently that wasn't
He's
happening.
not been trained to do that.
I know, but
Tom Landry changed that 50 years ago. Nobody does. When has Aaron Rodgers called a play?
But people check out of plays to the line of
Right.
scrimmage. It was being
They
described
do that
as
all the time.
I know, but it was being described as he's calling the plays to the line of
Right,
scrimmage.
that's what he's trained to do. He's not trained to come up with a zone play. Now you're asking him to take on 50% more. You're gonna have to kick in another $5 million.
DJ and PK, your feedback next. Oh, my head's about to explode. I can't believe this is happening. What do you make of Utah's new coaching staff? Petty bleep bleep you fan, who is, let me say a few things about this guy. Number one, he listens to our show a lot.
He has obscenities in his name?
He has an abbreviation as a 2-letter American fork. Okay? So he listens to our show a lot. He's super emotionally invested in the University of Utah.
Good for him.
And he will fire off at the drop of a hat. I mean, just en fuego. He says, after being extremely pissed about the Jason Beck hire from the freaking Lobos last year, I have decided it's best to wait and see.
Why was he mad about that one?
I think he figured nothing good has ever come out of New Mexico, and he didn't like the hire, and this guy's going to run the ball a lot, and Kyle's screwed up, and it's going to suck. And I mean, I don't remember his specific take, but having seen him...
Did he watch New Mexico last year? Probably not.
Probably not. The thing is, he's coming clean here. He's pleading guilty.
I got it.
I was mad about the hire.
I think you should always be about all coaching hires, for that matter.
Yes, an excellent point. We've talked about it many times. But I'm not used to seeing this kind of rational behavior out of him. And he's been pretty fired up for the last 2 to 3 weeks over everything that's happened at the U, because he's super emotionally invested in the Utes. And now he's coming out with this hard to argue with super. This is just a perspective he doesn't usually have. All right, Petty, you made my head explode right there. That's unbelievable.
I heard some national guy say, I always grade coaches, their hires, as everything's a C+ to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, but I got a C.
Yeah. And it makes sense, given the number of times we've seen the coach who everyone thought was a slam dunk flail about, and then the coach who was the fifth choice, and the search went on forever, and they go win big.
Right.
And we've seen it in college, we've seen it in pros, we've seen it in football, we've seen it in basketball. It's all over the place.
Right.
U-State Iceman never thought they'd steal a Power 4 coach from another Pac-12 school. The coach from Utah moved on to Michigan, casting a wide net over the whole state. By the time we're done, PK is going to be coaching at Corner Canyon because of this.
I've had discussions.
You have. Well, you're privy to the offense. You could keep it going.
Yeah, just
you're connected.
FaceTime me, Eric. Run this play.
It's 3rd and 5. What do I do now? I need some help. Throw me a lifeline.
Yeah.
Jason, BYU fans, you cool with Jay Hill taking Gennaro Guilford with him to Michigan? Do you think they care if BYU fans are cool with it?
That's not the question. I think they have stake in the program.
They?
The two who left.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to want to see them struggle. Those young men are their guys.
Eric says the culture and foundation is there. My main concern was players leaving. We've seen all the key guys are coming back. What that shows me is what an outstanding job Kalani has done.
Well, so far.
Yeah, we're not done. The portal's open for a while, and stuff can still happen.
Right.
But so far, so good. And as far as the outstanding job, there's a lot to juggle here. There's personalities, there's relationships, there's playing time. Obviously, there's money. That's a big puzzle that's all got to come together.
Oh, yeah, and these kids got everybody and their dog in their ear.
Yeah.
I saw Smith Soden, somebody listed. He's going to Colorado today, BYU, Michigan, Georgia, Oregon.
Where does he end up? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and if you're going to get more money, now I think you can get more exposure. You can get more exposure at some of these other places, I understand. But I think you can get fined plenty good enough exposure at Utah.
They've sent plenty of guys to the NFL. It's a regular stop.
At DBs? Yeah, didn't that one year they sent like all four? Yeah, they were 11-1.
But maybe you could go somewhere else.
Because then 2020 there was no season.
Right.
That's why Clark Phillips and Jalen Johnson came here, because of those guys.
Yeah. And they both laid out a plan, and it both worked.
They were gone in 3 years with a degree.
Spectacular.
Yeah. And they're still, Jalen's a little older, but they're both playing in the NFL as we speak.
Yeah, but Jalen's with the Bears. He's making a bunch of big plays. I mean,
And more importantly, a bunch of big money.
He's doing that, too. That's what happens. You make big plays in the NFL, you're going to get a big paycheck. And he's done both.
Right. And if anybody knows Yock about a big paycheck, it's this cat.
Eric says, this is not my favorite thing. However, good for Gennaro.
I got a big TV.
Yeah.
So a little perspective out of him.
Paycheck is why I live in Utah.
Right.
Kyle, not our choice. So I wish them all the best of success.
Well, emotions are your choice.
Not for Dale. It's a business. Wish him well. See what's next.
That's his emotion.
That is his emotion.
You get to choose your emotion.
Aaron, not cool at all.
Uncool?
He is completely uncool, Potsy.
I get it. You got that emotion. Yeah, Gennaro's one of your own. He played there. He chose to stay here for many years.
A decade.
But Michigan, man.
Decade's a long time.
It's not.
And Michigan's a great
It's
opportunity.
not another Pac-12 school.
Nope.
It's not another Big 12 school. It's not any Big 10 school. It's Michigan, man.
Michigan. It's the top of the Big Ten.
It really is.
We have to let the transfer portal and then settle out, and then we can start trying to figure out where they fit in the top of the Big Ten.
Well, you're going year to year.
Yep. That's why you got to let the transfer portal.
Historically, it's
Historically, it's
undisputed.
Michigan, Ohio State. It was Big 2 and Little 8 forever, and Penn State came into the league, and that changed a little bit. But it's been Michigan and Ohio State for, 75 years?
I have
Before you and I were born.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I have very little doubt that they will be. They're always going to be. The thing about it, if you're not Michigan, it doesn't matter because the Michigan expectations are always the same. So you better be Michigan.
Or they will find someone else.
And you better beat that school down south.
Doesn't seem to be the school to be most worried about right now, and that sounds funny to say out loud.
What do you mean?
Indiana. Indiana's flying. I mean, it's been Michigan and Ohio State forever. But if you're going to worry about
And they got
one school,
Josh Hoover. Their season's not already over, and they got their starting quarterback for next season.
Yep.
What was wrong with TCU?
It's not Indiana. It's the Big 10, not the Big 12. He's got a better path to the playoff.
It's the Big 12!
He's got a better path to the playoff. I suspect he's got more money.
Okay, you got me on the money.
And the better path to the playoff.
The better path to the playoffs.
It's Division I football. It's the Big 12.
Yeah, that's what they should play every time when Yormark comes out on the stage.
That would be awesome. Kind of totally different tone than every other conference, right?
Yeah.
Division I football. The Big 12, brother.
Have some fun with it, man. You're not going to get a better soundbite.
It's Division I football. It's the Big 12. It ain't intramurals.
No.
You got 2 weeks after finals. You got a week in July 4th, and you got a week before camp starts. That's a month. That's probably more vacation than you guys get.
They're all
And we're a
nodding.
little bummed out that we don't get 3 weeks. Go play intramurals, brother. Go play intramurals.
All we needed was a few obscenities in that one.
That was a great rant. And the best part is that's more than you get. You're right. Everybody out there's like, yeah, I had to be here 10 years to get 3 weeks. What are they complaining about? DJ and PK, Jake and Ben are up next. Jake is back, baby. He's ready to kick off 2026. Stay with us right here on The Zone.